What's up, guys? Now, today is September 19th, and I turned 20 in about 24 hours, whatever. I just realized because I had finished some work and I wanted to know what the date was. Scrolled up on my phone, realized September 19th. I'm like, oh, birthday's tomorrow. I need to film a video because there are definitely some lessons that I gained during the past 15 conscious years, because obviously I wasn't that conscious for the first 5 years of my life. The point is, I've written down some points, and I want to instill these points into you guys, or at least, hopefully, help some of you guys who are younger. The first lesson is that birthdays are a simple reminder of the passage of time. Birthdays shouldn't be a big deal in the sense that there's nothing really to celebrate. Every day should be a celebration for you. Every day that you wake up is a gift from God. Also, you shouldn't be mad about birthdays. You shouldn't be mad about the fact that you're getting older, because if you're achieving, there's nothing to be mad about. If your birthdays have piled up for the past 30 years and you have made nothing of yourself, obviously I get why birthdays will be upsetting to you, but yeah, if you make the most of your days, the most of your weeks, months and years, birthdays are not something you're necessarily going to look forward to, but they're not going to matter that much to you. They're just going to remind you that time is moving and that you should get started on something, or at least working on something. Now, the second thing that I would do is I would start a personal brand, whether that's a YouTube channel. I would literally just start posting about what I do, documenting my journey, sharing what I do, sharing my thoughts, sharing my experiences with the world, and gaining a following, people that love me for who I am, and engage with my content. I'm not going to delve too much into how doing so can literally change your life and allow you to have an income and make friends all around the world, so on and so forth. I'm not going to delve too much into that, but I'm just going to give you a brief explanation as to why some of these points will make a big difference, or at least I believe would have made a big difference in my life. Some of these things I've started implementing, just recently, or literally right now, like these videos. The third point is I would read more books, and that could also translate into getting more information. I would read more books. I would set myself a goal, maybe finish a book every 2 weeks, every week, every month. This year, for example, one of my goals is to complete the reading of 12 books, so one book a month. And I'm a bit late on schedule, not gonna lie, guys, but I'm gonna make sure I get it done this year. I'm at 5 or 6 out of the 12 books done, so in the next 3 months I've got to finish 6 more books, including the Quran. Now, the following point is to set daily goals instead of yearly. I don't know about you guys, but at least myself and the people around me used to have the habit of forming, writing down yearly goals. It's the beginning of a new year. You write down you want to make X amount of money, so on and so forth. That's cool, bro. If you want to make X amount of money, that's cool. You just need to know what are the steps necessary for you to get to that point on a daily basis. You need to know what is there to do every single day so that you can do it consistently and repeatedly, so that hopefully you can get to the outcome you're looking for. That's a very straightforward one. If you set a yearly goal, you're just gonna have an idea of what you want, which everybody has, but you're not gonna know how to get there. Or if you have an idea of how to get there, because you're not setting daily goals, you're just gonna tell yourself, oh, I still have 200 more days to the year to achieve my goal. So you're gonna start self-sabotaging without really knowing it, because you're gonna cope and you're gonna give yourself excuses, and you're gonna come till the end of the year and realize that you haven't done as much as you could have. So set daily goals. The next point is I would find something I'm passionate about, study it, and stick to it. One great example that happened with me is with Forex. I initially, I was in high school. Um, I didn't used to eat lunch because my parents, whatever. I used to take these drugs that they give to kids so that they can focus on everything, and it would cut my appetite, and it was pretty bad. Now, thankfully, I'm off of these, and my life is better than ever. Yeah, don't do these drugs that are prescribed and so-called good for you. But to come back to the story, I would study Forex, I would study Amazon FBA, things that if I had continued to study, today I would be at a great point in my life. I don't like to talk about myself like in the future and say for sure that I would be successful, but I would definitely be more knowledgeable about these subjects, and the fact that I would be an expert in it, at least, would help me find success, rather than studying something for 2 months, 3 months, maybe 6 months, and then stopping. Because of what? Because of other people around you telling you that what you're studying has no purpose, it's a scam, it's not gonna work, you're wasting your time. Another great point to bring up here. If someone's not in the position where you want to be, don't listen to them. At least that's what I started doing. Do I really need to delve into the logic of why you need to do so? Like, bro, don't listen to people, especially when they give you business advice. If they give you business advice and they have nothing to do with business, they've never even tried a business before, you have nothing to do listening to them. So to come back to the point, find something and stick to it. Experts are not made overnight. So success is not made overnight. And the market rewards experts. You will not find a millionaire who's in a certain niche and he doesn't know anything about his niche. He's an expert. He can answer any question you have about his market, about his business, about his competitors. Do you understand what I mean? He took time to study and learn, not only from books, videos, so on and so forth, but from actual real life experience. So find something and stick to it, because success doesn't take 2 months, it doesn't take 6 months. It takes a little while. And hopefully if you work hard, it'll take a little bit less time. The next point is that you need to find, or at least figure out what you want out of life. Where do you want to live? Do you want to grow a family? Do you want to have a family? Which school do you want to send your kids to? How much is that going to cost? What cars do you want to drive? What neighborhood do you want to live in? Do you want to bring your parents with you? Do you want to bring your whole family with you? What are your parents' plans? Do you want to retire them? Hopefully you do if you're a man and you have honor and respect, self-respect, How much do these things cost? You're going to come up with a big number. That's what you strive for. You also strive for the character that the individual who has the money you're looking for, this individual has a certain character, he has certain habits, he has mental models. You need to figure out and then enact these mental models, these characteristics, and implement them into your life. Take the actions necessary every day, like we said earlier. Figure out what you want, and then actually start working towards it. And the way to figure out what you want, what you need to do to start working towards it, is you reverse engineer your goals. Like I mentioned earlier, you don't set yearly goals, you set daily goals. So that's that. My next point is save money and actually invest it. When I was younger, I think I got my first job around 16, and even though I wasn't making much money, I didn't save a penny, and I had in mind to save money and everything. That didn't happen. And whenever I saved some money, it would end up always vanishing. So make sure, if you work a job, if you have a business, it's running, you have money, whatever, coming in. As long as you have money coming in, you should allocate a certain percentage of it to savings, and you literally don't touch that money. Literally don't touch the money. Just put it somewhere, and when the time is right, you'll figure out what to do with that money. You're gonna put it to work. You're not gonna risk it in a business. This is not money that you're gonna play with. This is money that you're just gonna keep, bro. Do you understand what I mean? You're just gonna keep it there. You also need to have an emergency fund, 6 months at least. Now, the reason I bring it up is because I always wanted to do that, never did it, and I'm gonna start doing it. You should start too. Because you never want to go broke. I've been broke so many times in my life, and after a certain point, you start getting tired because it's stupid. It's stupid. You're just repeating mistakes after another, and if you repeat a mistake more than once, like the mistake is coming from you. You're the idiot. I was an idiot. I am an idiot because I made a mistake before. And make sure not to repeat the same mistake twice. So if you don't want to end up broke, have some money. The way to have some money at all times is to always, take a chunk out of what you earn and leave it, and don't even look at it. Don't even think about it. We're nearing the end here, but the point that I want to mention now is you need to have a mentor find you. And the reason I didn't say you find a mentor is because when the time is right, the mentor will find you. You need to become the actual type of guy or girl who takes so much action, who impresses others so much, not necessarily others, but the right people, so much that people start believing in you and your potential. And some people with good intentions, hopefully, will try to mentor you. Now, some will be helpful, some really won't. These are not really mentors, they're just people who may want to help you, and I'm speaking out of experience. There's good mentors and there's bad mentors. And by the way, there's good students and there's bad students also. Whenever the student is not ready, the teacher will leave. There's a saying that says whenever the student is ready, the teacher will appear, but it'll also disappear whenever he's not ready. So just take action. If you do everything that I mentioned in the first points, where you set a goal, you go after it, you start a personal brand, you set daily goals, and you document all that you do on a daily basis, finding a mentor will not be a problem. And also, if you read books, there's a bunch of mentors that have died that are present in books. So even if a mentor hasn't found you yet, you can find one through books. My last point is I would make sure I enjoy my time in school, especially high school, and my young years, because you're never gonna get them back. So whenever you decide to allocate some time to fun and something that does not work, make the most of it, which comes back to my one of the first points, which is to document everything that you do. When you have videos, you're gonna be able to come back to your experiences, your fun experiences, and relive those moments. So make sure you make the most of these moments. When you're in these great moments, make sure you're present. You're not thinking about stuff that is taking you away from the present moment. And yeah, these are the lessons that I've accumulated within the past 19 years of my life. I look forward to my 20s because I know I'm gonna make the most of them. I know failure and success is on my way because there's no success without failures. And boys, also, last point, if you're going through a rough time, you need to understand that it is temporary. Look, if you're dead, if you're seeing this video, you're not dead. You have Wi-Fi, you have phone, or you have some sort of device. You're already gifted and lucky. If you're going through a rough time, I want you to look around you and find every single blessing, which are countless, by the way. I want you to find every single blessing and thank God for them. Also, give it a bit of time and your problem is going to get resolved. It's not the end of the world, trust me. Nothing you're going through is the end of the world. It may be a big problem, not neglecting your issues. But yeah, if you need something, I'm gonna drop my IG down there if you got questions or you need advice, or maybe you're going through a rough time and you need someone to speak to. I'll be there for you. Just send me a message, and yeah, take care, boys.